Well, this is what happens when you leave Uncle Pat alone with the van for a minute. Things start happening. Hey y'all, welcome to the Ginger Walkabout. We are back with the incomparable Uncle Pat doing another van mod. This time it is the G bathroom faucet. This thing, y'all, that comes with the van. I don't even use this thing because it's so low you can't get your hands under it. And then when you're trying to shower, you waste so much water trying to get the temperature right. It's just ridiculous. So we're replacing the faucet with a thermal mixing faucet that automatically, you set a temperature and it mixes the water to that temperature before it puts the water out through the faucet. So that's what we're doing here. Now, a couple points. First of all, you need to go get the Marlon Knox faucet mod written instructions from the Travato Owners and Wannabes Facebook group. First of all, if you're not on that group, I don't know what you're even thinking about with the Travato, because the two are inseparable. And second of all, this video will make no sense without those written instructions. Because as you will see, we're kind of joining midway into it, because Uncle Pat waits for no one, especially me. So he's already like disassembled a cabinet before I even get in the van. I should have locked the van, but anyway. You need the written instructions regardless. Follow those. Second point, the faucet is on back order. I was just checking online. It says it's out of stock, that it's on back order. I don't know if it will ever become available again. I have no idea, but I'm going to put a link down below so you can go get it, find it, check on it, and hopefully it'll come back in stock because it is an awesome mod. So here's the new faucet, and we got a little bit of water, but he's already got the whole situation out. Already got the cabinet out. He's got things unhooked. Uncle Pat has been at work in the van already.
It's not a question of what to do, it's whether I'm able.
Right, because those are the ones that I thought this was the hard thing to get off.
Yeah. There's
the nuts on the base of the faucet.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I see what you're getting at.
Recessed up into the wood there a little
Yeah,
bit.
they are. I smell what you're stepping in.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. Maybe.
Famous last words.
Oh, baby.
I guess the good news is we don't really have to worry about hurting that faucet because it's a piece of crap and we're never putting it back in.
Well, this is leaking in the stem too. A little water ran out the top one of it. The rest of the water out of it.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, let me see what
Just.
I guess I'm going to go ahead and take this. Maybe I'm man enough I'm going to take it out.
Yeah, that's the hard part, apparently.
No, that's not too bad. I just got it.
So everything else has been straightforward, though. I mean, you took the screws out of that thing and pulled it off.
Nothing's a problem. Yeah, you just
The little sealant.
Yeah, I'm just going to take that little dry trap out so that I can have a little room to work, and then I can get a wrench up underneath there to turn those nuts.
Got it.
I thought I'd get lucky and not have to, but that didn't work.
No. All right, so playing what's behind the walls. That's what's behind the walls. So we're going to take that dry trap out and then hopefully, because you can see that the nuts that are on the base of the faucet are recessed and a pain to get around and get the leverage to get them unscrewed. And hopefully the hot and cold were labeled correctly.
Well, the one that's red went to this faucet, and that water was warm when it came out.
Yeah.
So that's a good clue.
That's a good hint. And then new faucet is labeled.
You know what? I better get a towel and put it in there. You got no towel you don't mind getting wet? Just gonna drip a little water. Okay.
There you go. I try to be helpful. So
See that little duck build thing in there? That's the same thing we have on the peristaltic pump on the boats to pump the dirty water into a holding tank. Basically, it's just a duck bill, and you get a couple of them in series on the pump, and the pump's in between, sucks it in and pushes it out the other side, and just shuts it up, keeps it from going backwards.
So it doesn't backflow.
Yeah, but it's a duck bill valve, and if you get crap or hair or whatever down that sink, if you pull that out and clean it, that'll probably, because you get smell back up there if you didn't have it. You can kind of see the little flap there.
All right. That's not hard to take off. So. More van maintenance tips from the incomparable Uncle Pat.
All right. It really isn't as bad as you might would think it would be.
No. But,
Just
and that apparent from what other people have said, that is what you're doing right now is the most challenging bit of this process. So that's, you know, compared to some of the other projects we've done on this van, you know, I think we're all good.
Okay, there's two down.
All right.
They should come out there.
Faucet off.
What you want to do here now before we get too carried away with drilling holes?
Yes, let's dry fit some things before we get crazy.
It'd have to go about like that. You think you'd be okay with that?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay. That's
And then,
the hole we'll make bigger then.
Okay, and then we're not going to do the soap dispenser.
So we'll just plug that hole. And this one will probably work.
You can open them. I'm not going to return them. They cost nothing. Whiskey, really?
Well, the problem is,
Are you helping?
that's that right. It don't have to fit the hole tight. Just,
Nah,
all we
perfect.
got to do is be able to tighten up on it. We don't want to install it yet.
No, but perfect. All right.
My some tape and my drill, and let's make holes in this thing.
Yay, holes. All right. It's happening. So what was the verdict? 3/8?
I think it's 3/8. The quarter is, this is under 1 1/4 in diameter, but the hole's little, it's not perfect, so it's a little bit, and you got a big flange on there, so you got room to deal with all that. So
Right. So going a little bigger on the hole ain't going to kill you. All right. So step bit. 3/8.
1 3/8.
1 3/8. Make the hole bigger. So that was easy. That's not that much bigger.
It's probably
And that's
3/8 of an inch bigger.
3/8 of an inch.
All right, that's everything that was in the bag.
Let's see. So just a whole lot of washers.
Well, these are the filters, and
Oh,
that's an O-ring, and I'm pretty sure that goes here in the bottom of
there.
this thing right there.
Right. That would make sense.
Okay.
So the only thing we needed was the male to male.
Nipple. They call it a. He called for a 2-inch one. I got 1.5 inches because I didn't want to make it any longer than I had to.
Oh, the length of it. Got it.
Yeah. Yep. It won't make any difference.
No.
'Cause
To connect the existing plumbing to the.
Everything is too long already, so.
Right. And a little tape and.
Yeah, Teflon tape on the
Yep.
nipple.
Easy enough. I mean, that's basically what we had to do for the kitchen faucet, too.
Mm-hmm. This part sucks, the way they had you do this, but you don't have to get these overly tight, just hand tight, because
the rubber
the
seals.
O-ring on the sides.
Yeah, you don't want to, you can't pinch those down too hard or they don't seal.
Well, they'll seal, but there ain't no value in it. You just
Right.
screw something up. That's where the fun comes in.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how are you
I
gonna?
gotta turn. I gotta turn the other.
You can turn the thing, not the faucet.
Yeah. I thought I didn't have my O-ring. Okay. That is about what you're gonna get there, something like that.
All right, look at that. Excellent. Yay. And then the shower will come off of the little plastic duty in the front.
Yeah.
And then this is the water
diverty. Okay, you want the... That's a diverter. Do you want...
Right.
I don't know if we can turn that around or not. If you'd even want it turned around. We might could... Well, I don't know if you could get the shower to come off of there if you did it that way.
It would definitely be... I mean, that's pretty flexible. I don't know if you can turn that around or not, though, that part. I mean, obviously this part moves, but I don't know if this part spins around. Let's see. I mean, let's see if we can spin it around. If not, then it is what it is.
Okay.
So you have to undo the whole thing, or?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think, see there, that's going to hit there. Let's try and turn it.
Oh, got it. So this part won't just turn.
Maybe. You might could turn that just like that even if you wanted to.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Or maybe, let's see what will happen. Is that like that?
Yeah.
What about something like that?
Yeah. Yeah. That's the ticket.
Now, hook closer to the hook. This other one, which ain't got no color, this red one. So you had the blue to that.
Process of elimination.
Now, what we need to do, put that drain back in there.
Make sure those supply lines are where you want them before you put the drain in.
Putting them together. We're probably going to want to zip tie these after we're satisfied that we got what we want.
Okay. Ready to run some water and see if we got leaks?
I think we probably should.
Alrighty. Alright, the lines.
Before we run any water, let's just see if we see any drips.
Yep. Well, there was a little bit of one right here.
Oh.
So at the other
We'll check the other one.
end. So the little plugs that are in there, for whatever reason, are...
I put them in backwards, I think.
Right, but...
When they fell out, I put them back in. I put them in.
Right. But for whatever reason, they have those in there to
They're
for one-way valves, so you got to have them going the right way.
Okay. We'll test our luck again.
Test number 2.
Let's turn this off.
You ready?
Now, yeah.
Well, dripping on that
A
one.
little leak right there.
That sounds like water coming through a sink. Hey! That part works.
I don't know how you check for hot and cold.
Well, first we're going to have to make hot water. That's going to be a thing.
Let's turn this all the way down there.
All right. Ready? Water pump. Okay, water's a pumping.
So far, so good.
Oh yeah, they're moving, so there's definitely water in the lines. We might be onto something here. 38. All right. Well, in theory, there's hot water, so we should be able to turn that on and hot water come out. It takes a second, obviously, for it to get over there.
Warming up. Yeah. Feel it.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is hot water. But hot water, like, properly done, not just scalding hot or freezing cold. Like, actually mixed at a reasonable temperature. Yay! All right. No leaks so far. I don't see any leaks in the drain.
I feel the hot line here. And
Yep.
I feel the cold line here.
All right.
So the red one is hot, the other one is cold, and they feel warm and cold. So
Well, there you go.
there's a sign.
Okay, so you want to just leave this like this for a while
Yeah, let's leave
with
it
some
right
water
there
in the lines and see
with
if
some
it...
water pressure on it and see what happens.
And now we're doing sealing up of the cubby. Pat's being a perfectionist, which we appreciate. He's doing a much better job than I would do. I don't even have to see it to know that that's true. He's got a bit more experience. All right, so
Trash bag over there.
what did we wish we knew before we started for anyone else attempting this? Those little valve thingies go one way.
Yeah. Understanding the assembly of the valve, having a drawing of all the washers and fittings and bits and pieces would have been nice, but that's more on the valve people's part.
Yeah, manufacturer, not so much helpful diagramming, but you figured it out.
A picture showing how it goes together would be
Right, right.
You might could get one on the line. I didn't look to see.
Yeah, I didn't see anybody that had one, so, but you figured it out. But, so those little one-way valves, make sure those are going the right way. Little rubber O-rings on either side of the brass nipple.
What they intend us to do with those.
Right, but use those, get a good seal, and either tape or I just happened to have some goop, so we used the goop.
And now you got some DAP.
And now we got some DAP sealant. So other than that, those were the only two things we had. Oh, and what we already knew, which is getting it unscrewed and screwed back up underneath the sink because it's recessed and it's hard to get a tool around it. It's kind of a pain,
that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, though.
No, there you go. You heard it straight from Pat's mouth. So I, knock on wood, unless something breaks, knocking on wood, I can think of no other mods that I am planning to do. And by I mean planning to have Uncle Pat do on his van. So this may conclude our Uncle Pat videos. My subscribers will be very upset. Don't worry, I have not disclosed your location, so no one's going to show up. I mean, unless they got real money.
Well, I don't know what real money is in this vein, because
what you're saying is you could probably find somebody else to do it for cheaper than what it would take for you to do it.
Maybe even better.
All right. Well, I appreciate it. She is much better for your attention and assistance. So I greatly appreciate it.
Now you got your temp control faucet. Okay.
Woohoo! Temp control faucet. So there it is, y'all. The last of the Uncle Pat modifications, unless I break something, which is always totally possible. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed watching us try to get through these mods. It really is just Pat doing the work. He's not a big explainer of everything. I'm just basically sticking a camera in his face and he's kind of putting up with it. But I love it, and I love getting to spend time with him. And so I really appreciate everything he's done for me and the van, and I hope that you all have gotten something out of this and that you will try some of these mods on your van. So anyway, that's it for now, and I hope to see you on the road.